Hello everyone, this is Yoan and welcome back to a new episode. Today I would love to share the Mini Crossbody Bag 3 project, which is another sequel of the Mini Crossbody Bag series that many of you enjoy and love. This is another fun little bag for everyday use. The finished measurements are about 7¼ inch by 7 inch. It comes with a zipper closure, so this one is the main compartment. In the interior there are 2 slip pockets, and at the back exterior here there is a zipper pocket. For the fabric you can use faux leather, cork or canvas fabric. I got this fabric from the remnant section of the Hobby Lobby at a very discounted price. For this project there is no need to print out any pattern templates since all the pieces are rectangular, but you can get the PDF cutting instructions. It is available at yoansewingstudio.com. I'll put the link somewhere in the description box down below. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and without further ado, let's jump straight into it. First we're gonna work on the front of the bag, which is basically the main compartment of this bag. Here we've got the upper panel and the lower panel, and we're gonna install the zipper in between. Now since we're not gonna use any lining fabric as we install the zipper, if you use canvas fabric you may want to finish the raw edges of the top of the lower panel and the bottom of the upper panel. Lay the lower panel right side up and then stick a basting tape along the top edges. Take the zipper and lay that right side down, just like that. And once everything is secured, you wanna stitch with 3/8 inch seam allowance. Finger press the seams down towards the lower panel and then top stitch. Next we're gonna attach the upper panel. So with the lower panel facing right side up, you wanna stick a basting tape along the top edge of the zipper, just like that. Now take the upper panel and lay that right side down. Match the bottom edge of the upper panel with the edge of the zipper, and of course you wanna match the side edges as well. Once everything is secured, stitch with 3/8 inch seam allowance. Now let's finger press the seams towards the top and then top stitch. Now you want to measure the height of this front panel. It should be 8 inches. If there is any excess fabric, you want to trim off the bottom edge. Next we're going to work on the interior slip pocket. Fold the pocket panel in half, wrong sides facing. So the folded edge will be the top of the pocket. Now you want to pin the bottom of the pocket and then press along the top and then top stitch along the top edge. Lay the pocket on the right side of the main body interior panel, matching the sides and the bottom edges. Secure with some pins, and then you want to stitch the sides and the bottom with 1/4 inch seam allowance. Draw a straight line right on the center of the pocket and then stitch right on the center line to divide the pocket into 2 slots. Now take the front exterior panel. If there's any excess zipper, you may want to trim that off. Now with the interior panel facing right side up, you want to lay the front exterior panel wrong side down, match the top, the bottom, and the side edges. And once everything is secured, you wanna base stitch all around with about 1/8 inch seam allowance. Next we're gonna work on the back side of the bag. So let's prepare the back exterior panel and the pocket panel. We're gonna install the zipper sideways, so make sure to be fully aware of the top and the bottom and the sides of the back exterior panel, since there isn't much difference on the measurements. Basically the longer sides are the top and the bottom, and the shorter ones are the sides. Draw the zipper template on the wrong side of the pocket panel. Draw the template about 1 inch from the side edge, which is the short side. The measurements of the template should be 6 inch by 1/2 inch, and of course you wanna also draw the center line and the corner triangles, just like the usual. I'm pretty sure many of you have done this type of pocket many times by now. Position the pocket panel about 1/2 inch from the left side edge of the back exterior panel, matching the top and the bottom edge, just like shown on the screen right now. And then secure with some sewing clips and then stitch along the outline of the template. Once you've done that, cut the center line and the corner triangles as well. Start from the center, and as you get to the corner, be careful not to cut through the stitches. Alright, now let's flip this to the wrong side and make sure to neaten all the corners. If you use faux leather or cork fabric here, it may be a little tricky to get the lining fabric to lay flat. So what you can do here, you can use some sewing clips to hold on to the lining fabric. Now take the zipper. I use zipper by the yard here, and this is the exact same zipper that I use for the front. Your zipper should be at least 7 inches long. Stick a basting tape along the edges of the zipper, just like that. Lay the zipper vertically. Make sure that the start of the zipper is at the top, so that when the zipper is closed, the zipper pull will be sitting at the top. Position the zipper template on top of the zipper. Make sure that everything is centered. So take your time, and once everything is secured, stitch all around the edges of the template. And this is how mine turned out, pretty decent. So what we're gonna do next, if you've got any excess zipper, make sure to trim it down to 1/4 of an inch. Now fold the pocket panel in half, matching the edges together, just like that. And then pin, and then stitch the bottom, the open side, and the top. When you sew, make sure that the main body panel is out of the way, only sew the pocket. Next, we're gonna work on the D-ring tab. First, you wanna draw a straight line right on the center. Measure 1 inch from the long side and draw a straight line there. Fold one of the long side towards the center line, just like that. Secure with some sewing clips, and you wanna repeat the same to the opposite side. Once you've done that, stitch along the edges of the long sides about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge, and then add another line of stitching about 1/8 of an inch from the previous ones. And then repeat the same to the remaining D-ring tab panel. Now let's attach the D-ring, just like so. Position the D-ring tab on the right side of the front panel, about 1 inch away from the side edge, and you want to match the raw edges. Secure with a sewing clip. Repeat the same to the opposite side. And then base stitch with 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Now we're gonna make the adjustable strap. So this pattern calls for 1.5 inch wide webbing for the strap. You can go for 1 inch, no problem. Now we're gonna attach the hardware. So as usual, you will need 2 swivel hooks and 1 adjustable strap slider. Hold the slider right side up, and with the right side facing up, you wanna insert one of the end of the strap from the wrong side up to the right side, and then back to the wrong side. Have about 1 inch of clearance there, and then stitch a straight line about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. Make sure to sew back and forth a few times to secure everything. Now let's set this aside, and then take the remaining end of the strap, insert 1 swivel hook, pull that through about halfway. Make sure that the head is facing outside, just like that. Now take the slider, and then you wanna feed the end of the strap from the wrong side towards the right side, and then back to the wrong side. And of course the strap should be facing right side up. Pull the strap through. Make sure that there is no twist. And this is how your strap should look like at this point. Now let's attach the remaining swivel hook to the end of the strap, just like that. And you wanna have at least 1 inch of clearance. And then you want to stitch a straight line back and forth about 3/8 of an inch from the edge. And there you go. The adjustable strap is done. Now we're going to set this aside and move on to assemble our bag. To assemble the bag, you want to lay the front and back with the right sides facing. Double check the position of the back zipper pocket. Make sure that the start of the zipper is at the top. Now match all the edges and then secure with some sewing clips. Mark an opening at the bottom edge, about 4 inches or so, and then stitch all around, leaving the opening. Start sewing from one of the opening marking, and as you get to the D-ring tab area, you may want to backstitch to reinforce it. Clip all the corners. Be careful not to cut through the stitches. Turn the bag right side out through the opening hole. Poke all the corners. Make them nice and neat. Use a point turner or knitting needle or chopstick. Fold the bottom row edges from the opening hole towards the wrong side, about 3/8 of an inch. Secure with some sewing clips. To finish this bag, we're gonna need to close the opening. So there are two ways you can do this. Either you can hand stitch the bottom using slip stitches or blind stitch, or you can use permanent fabric glue. Now this method is particularly better if you use faux leather or cork, and if you opt to use glue, make sure that it is particularly suitable for the type of fabric that you're using. So a little bit of testing beforehand may be great. After you applied the glue, make sure to let it set according to the manufacturer's instructions, and your bag is pretty much done. Now you can attach the strap and voila! So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share what you make on Instagram, tag me, or use hashtag #YuanSewingStudio, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye!